Hey, welcome to another episode of Fisherman Dean, Fun with Fisherman Dean. Today we're going to talk a little bit about wire ends, what I like to use, how I used to do it. I like to get the tinned wire. I like to use Angkor wire, which is tin plated, in order to do all my work. We wire all the boats that we play with, so and everything else I wire around here is with that with the marine wire. Now, some of the things that we do use, and I want to go over, was tinned wire, so it's copper wire with tin coating all the way through. I'm going to show you two different types of ends you can get. This is a kind of a crimp-on end. Do not prefer it at all. It does not make a watertight, um, tight seal when it's done. It just is a crimping action. You literally just put it on your wire. Use your crimping tool, crimp it, and that's all, folks. You can look at it. It's open on both ends. But effective wire is good because it is tinned, but you don't get a tight seal on the back side or the front side. And the whole integrity of this crimp is everything that holds the end to the wire. If you're holding electricity in this thing and for some reason this end lets go and it sparks off something else and whatever, it could be an issue. But anyway, the other option that you have, which I prefer, and I want to go over that real quick, was to have the tinned wire use a shrink end. Okay, it's an end that has plastic, the same thing. Comes in loops, spades, all the different things that you have, same way. Slides over the top. It still can use the multitude of ways of attachment. I still use a crimper to crimp them, so I do crimp them on. And so you have that attachment. A nice bird right over the top of my head right here. So I crimp it, and that's what will hold the joint together to start with. And of course, it didn't hold. So let me get it back on here a little bit further. Let me get it back on here a little bit further and give it a good crimp. You got a bad end. How do you like that? Let me grab another end. That end was defective, so I'll grab another end. Use my packages. I buy them in bulk. And let's see if we can get a good attachment here on that one. Sometimes it happens, folks. You get a bad end on there that you can't get to seal in the right way, so it doesn't crimp correctly, and it doesn't attach. And quite frankly, you have to have a good crimp to start with. Once you crimp it, that makes an attachment here. But then what you want to do is use your tool. Okay, this is the tool that I use. I picked up on eBay for 26, 27 bucks. And it seems like, why would you spend the money to do it? But if you do have a lot of these ends that you want to do, then quite frankly, it's not that expensive overall. So, but it does make a much better fitting. And what it does is it actually shrinks the boot down to go around the core part of the coating, the black covering that you have over the top of this particular wire. So it's actually melting the coating down on top of it and creating a seal on both sides of the wire. So that also helps to protect the joint. So you're crimping it together, and then it also will create a seal, watertight seal. But now the heat has melted that plastic coating that comes with that end right onto the plastic coating that's on the wire. So now if you're pulling and tugging on it, it's actually glued together. So you're no longer pulling on that joint that you just crimped. And by the way, you can get soldered ones too if you want it. But in this case, it's sealed up, it's crimped on, and now when you tug on this, you're actually pulling on the glued section of the wire that has melted tight against it. Water no longer can go up inside from either side. It's watertight. So much better. This one is just entirely based on the fact that crimp is 100% of it, of the thing, and it's not water sealed or watertight. That's just the crimp only design, plastic design, very cheap and inexpensive. These watertight ones are a little bit more expensive. They're shrink, but they make a completely tight seal. They're a stronger union because of the gluing and the attachment and melting of that coating to the outside. So much stronger, less abrasion, more abrasion resistant, all that stuff. So much better connections, 100% down. So a little more money, but if you're going to do a job, might as well make sure you do it right. So anyway, long story short, this is what I use. About $27 is for the gun. I use it for a lot of different things, including paint strip and those kind of things. Hot is you can imagine, take the skin hair, skin everything right off the top of your fingers or whatever. But again, creates a joint that's wonderful. This one here, if you pulled hard enough, you probably could pull it away. This one, you'll never get it off. So that's the one with the shrinkable end. The better way to do it, particularly down in bilges, those kind of areas where you're concerned about moisture and those such. So the way to do things, little expensive, a little more expensive, but if you buy in bulk, you know, the standard size you use for everything. So anyway, that's our thing. That's my my little video for today, a learning video. For do it yourself, just suggestions. This is how I do things. I'm doing it. I'm not an electrician. Been doing this stuff for years though, and had much success with it. And had to replace very little, you know, no open-ended wires. So you know, I haven't had to replace much of this kind of stuff, but I constantly had to be cutting back and changing ends on these over the years. Time flies as you get older, as you can tell. So anyway, long story short, thank you. Appreciate you following my channel. If you like or learned anything from this video at all, please like and subscribe and comment if you wish. I'm here to learn stuff too, and we do make mistakes, but if I can help people along the way and teach a little lesson along the way, that's what we're here for. So do it yourself, you know, DIY series here. So thank you everybody, appreciate it, and again, like and subscribe, and I appreciate the support. Take care. Bye bye.